Let's get ready to rumble!
What really go on in the mind of like the police let me down for this. But they can't constantly with G and I'm screaming money over bitches. I've been stroking my staying on the ground. Got the police calling that. My ambitions as a rider. Straight my ambitions as a rider. Got the police so many battlefield scars while driven in plus cars. This life is a rap star. It's nothing without God. Was born rough and rugged. Addressing the man public. My attitude was fuck it. Cause motherfuckers love it to be a soldier. Must maintain composure at ease. Though life was complicated. Only what you make it to be. And my ambitions as a rider. The captain while she hot. And won't go up beside her. Then I spit some game in the ear. Go to the telly ho. You quit with money in the bin. Cause bitch I'm belly broke. I'm smoking bomb ass weed. Feeling crucial. From player to player, the game's fighting feelings mutual. From hustling and prayers to begging motherfuckers to pay. I got no time for these bitches, cause these so hard to play. I'm on a meal, ticket mission, want a meal. Someone wishing competition got me blitzed on that bullshit they stressing. I'm a rhyme though, clown hoes like it's mandatory. No guts, no glory, my nigga, bitch got the game distorted. Now it's on and it's on because I said so. Can't trust a bitch in the business, so I got with dead, bro. Now these money hungry bitches getting suspicious. Started plotting and planning on the scheme to come and trick us. But thug niggas be on point and game tight. I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. Like the police let me down for this. But they can't constantly with G and I'm screaming money over bitches. I've been stroking my staying on the ground. Got the police calling that. My ambitions as a rider. Straight my ambitions as a rider. Got the police so many battlefield scars while driven in plus cars. This life is a rap star. It's nothing without God. Was born rough and rugged. Addressing the man public. My attitude was fuck it. Cause motherfuckers love it to be a soldier. Must maintain composure at ease. Though life was complicated. Only what you make it to be. And my ambitions as a rider. The captain while she hot and horn go up beside her. Then I spit some game in the ear. Go to the telly ho. You quit with money in the bin. Cause bitch I'm belly broke. I'm smoking bomb ass weed. Feeling crucial. From player to player, the game's fighting feelings mutual. From hustling and prayers to begging motherfuckers to pay. I got no time for these bitches, cause they so hard to play. I'm on a meal, ticket mission, want a meal. Someone wishing competition got me blitzed on that bullshit they stressing. I'm a rhyme though, clown hoes like it's mandatory. No guts, no glory, my nigga, bitch got the game distorted. Now it's on and it's on because I said so. Can't trust a bitch in the business, so I got with dead, bro. Now these money hungry bitches getting suspicious. Started plotting and planning on the scheme to come and trick us. But thug niggas be on point and game tight. Me psyching Bogart, strapped up the same night. Got problems, then handle it, motherfuckers see me. These niggas is jealous too deep in their heart, they wanna be me. And now you got me right beside you. Hoping you listen, I catch you paying attention to my ambitions as a rider. I'm a straight rider. My ambitions as a rider. It was my only wish to rise above these jealous coward motherfuckers I despise. When it's time to ride, I was the first off inside. Give me the nine, I'm ready to die right here tonight and motherfuck they like. That's what they screaming as they drill me, but I'm on the kill. So open fire so you kill me, witness my steel. Spitting it adversaries, envious and after me. I'd rather die before they capture me, watch me bleed. Mama come rescue me, I'm suicidal, thinking thoughts. I'm innocent that there'll be bullets flying when I'm caught. Fuck doing jail time, better days sacrifice. Don't get a chance to do me like they did my nigga Tice. Thug it for life, and if you right, the nigga die for it. Let the motherfuckers try, at least you try for it. When it's time to die, to be a man to pick the way you lead. Fuck Pete and the police, my ambitions as a rider. I'm a straight rider, you don't wanna fuck with me. My ambitions as a rider. can't do nothing to the G. My murderous lyrics equipped with spirits to the thugs before me. Stay off the blocky, baby. Got this, I know they coming for me. I've been hesitant to reappear. Been away for years, never back my adversary. Been reduced to tears, busting my message to swift speed. Show us a bit to bleed. Niggas are feeling fire. My mother's corrupted feed. Blast me, but they didn't finish. Didn't diminish my power, so now I'm back to be a motherfucking menace. They count this body clock set me up. Have bitch ass niggas on my team, so indeed they wet me up. But I'm back, reincarnated, incarcerated at the time I contemplate the way to God made it. Hitting with lyrics that's legendary, musical mercenary for money. I had these motherfuckers buried. I've been getting much mad at jail. Niggas telling me to kill it. No one when I get out, they gon' feel it. Witness the realest of who rider when I put the shit inside. That rise from all your people when they find her. Just remind you, my history is proof authentic. Revenge on them niggas to play and all the cowards that was down with it. Now it's your nigga right beside you. Hoping you listen, I got you paying attention to my ambitions as a rider. I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me.
Cut the music. Let's go. Alright, man. So, salute to all y'all in the God's building. Now, I am going to share some information that I just came across. You know, other people seem to be privy to it, but I don't know. I don't think mainstream media was just focusing on this big story. So apparently, Jamaica has a large oil deposit of estimated 7 billion barrels, ladies and gentlemen. I never said 1 billion. I never said 2 billion. I said 7 billion barrels. Now, what you see on your screen right there, the thumbnail, that is an actual picture of how the oil deposits, you know, you see the color coded and all that. Yeah. Jamaica apparently is very rich in liquid gold, as they called it. Lord have mercy. Now, I'm sometimes naturally a pessimistic person, especially when it comes on to the government, or any government for that matter. I believe it's healthy for us to be pessimistic when it comes on to. Shout out to Botswana. Botswana had the biggest diamond found in recent history, in over a century. Shout out to Botswana. Now, I was just trying to look at the Gleaner and everything to see if there was any story of recent about this actual situation, but I can't find any. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. I gotta go over this video right here, man, and they're pretty much gonna explain a lot. And this is my raw reaction. I only caught snippets of it on Talk Your Mind TV. The link to the actual video that I'm going to react to is in the description, amongst other videos, uploads that I am asking everybody that watch this live, right, to go ahead, hit those links and check out all those videos. They're in the description. I got some uploads y'all definitely need to check out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get it. All right, fast I do this the fast time out of here. All right, let me speed this up. Let me play my music a little bit. Speed it up just a little bit. I want y'all to hear what really going on. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hear what's really going on, man. It's crazy what's happening. So, I got a few questions, right? Why is it that this was so hush-hush? Because the video I'm about to play from is from June. You know, why the Jamaican people? How you doing, Miss Genesis? Good to see you, love.
What up, baby?
Why is it that the Jamaican people, home and abroad, you know, was not? This should have been shouted from the mountaintop. Seriously, right? And I got some concern because I don't think this government that is presently in power is the right government to have this being discovered. That's what the reports are saying. Possible gold, you know, oil. Yeah, Miss Genesis. I got Miss Collins' name in my mouth. I haven't spoken to her all day on the phone or anything. I see it in a couple chats. But anyway, I mean, what does that mean for Jamaican? I mean, a regular Jamaican person. What is the deal that has been done, that has been made with this company? Is there Jamaican? Is there a plan for Jamaicans to actually become a part of the workforce that actually drills the oil? What is the environmental risks of such a venture? I mean, you know, short term, mid term, and especially long term. What does that mean for this small little island of Jamaica right here? I have so many questions. Let me tell you what I would love to see. If this has been vetted properly and it's not just fluff, it's not just, oh, and like I said, the link is open. I am inviting all calls. I'm inviting all anybody that want to hit the link, the StreamYard link. If you want to call me on WhatsApp, my phone is right here. When you call me, it'll come up on my computer. They can hear you clearly. All right. I really want to hear what the people of Jamaica, whether you're home or abroad, have to say about this. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they want the land, the Maroons land. Ding, 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 ding. In my opinion, that is exactly why. This is my theory. I believe Jamaican, the native Jamaican, all of us that were born here are in the way. Oil and gold, right, in some way, shape, or form, it's going to look horrible if the country itself gains massive wealth from oil deposits and the citizens of the country, how you doing, Selena? And the citizens of the country are still in poverty. You know, like how they do the people in Africa? Can you imagine if that's what takes place here in Jamaica with this situation, right? And that's the worst case scenario, right? The worst case scenario is that Jamaica turns into Africa right here over the West. In terms of Africa is now trying to free themselves of the colonial masters, and some of them are doing a damn good job. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Kenya. You see what the Kenyans have done, and just to name a few. I appreciate you, Selena, right? Just to name a few, right? Yeah, Selena had a dope live. That's what's up. Just to name a few, right? So can you imagine now, like, I'm just thinking about where we are at as a country and how these current politicians have totally sold out. Totally sold out the people of this country. They promised prosperity, and all the stuff that they promised that is good, we are seeing the opposite. I could go down the list. It is a very long list, but I just to save time, Go watch my videos. I've been said all of this, right? I've been said it time and time again. Sometimes it's good to repeat yourself just to make the point, but I don't want to right now. So I'm saying, imagine Jamaica turns into Africa in that regard, where now we, instead of, we're supposed to be forward, we're supposed to be doing better than the African countries over here in the Western world. Come on now. We're supposed to be prosperous. We're supposed to be free. We're supposed to be all of that, right? But now they want to come in with this new identification system, right? I wonder why. This new ID system, with a situation like this, if the government was to do something or go in a direction with things that we as the citizens thought were not beneficial to us, and we speak out, well, guess what? They could use that same ID system. And I told you the possibilities. I showed you the video. I told you the possibilities of that system and how much control the government would have. That's a very scary thought. It's borderline dictator. It's borderline it gives me Hitler vibes. You know what I'm saying? And with a prime minister that is talking about legacy, and he's running the country like they call it a patty shop. And he has his wife as the speaker of the house. You know, he has 2 sons. They're not declaring his assets. Like, yeah, I you know, this new reform in the Constitution by him and Marlon Malahoo, impeachments, talks of impeachment being taken out. You know, they're at this moment, they're just doing as they like. And with all the efforts of the PMP, carrying them to court and all of that, they seem to be going right along with their plans. Jamaica, we are 2.8 billion strong. Stand up now. No more Dutch pot full of chicken. I'm just saying. But let's get into the video, man. Yeah, so what I think should happen is, I've been saying this before, but trading and coding in schools, the type of jobs that if they were to go, well, they are obviously going to go through it, even if we protest, right? I still don't know what it's going to do to the actual environment, which is a concern now, midterm and long term. But anyway, say if we go through with it, right? What is the plans put in place to have more trained operatives here in Jamaica, men and women, that are qualified to work in that field? Have they brokered the deal with this company in such a way for them to train our people how to actually, you know, the machinery, whatever it is that they're using, right? Whatever it is that they're doing, the trucks, everything. Do we have enough of a workforce to capitalize on the jobs? Do we have people that can be supervised, qualified engineers right here from Jamaica? Are we training them? You say, okay, so how long you think they're going to be here to drill? So we know from the moment in the onset that we knew that this was happening and its possibility. Has the government done anything to put plans in place to prepare a workforce here in Jamaica so Jamaicans can capitalize more on the wealth aspect of earning from digging for that oil? You know, I'm just asking. I doubt it, though. That's what I would love to see, you know, but I doubt it very much because, you know, in my opinion, this government really don't care about us, but I digress. Let's go.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government.
So he says they got a close relationship with the Jamaican government. All right. Y'all remember to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe. We got 3 people watching. Please share this with 2 people. That's how we multiply. Let me take this off the screen right here. All right, boom. Oh, hell no, that's the wrong thing. I took off the screen.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government, but the political opposition as well.
So they got a relationship not only with the ruling government, but with the opposition as well. You don't say. The opposition, meaning Mr. Mark Golden. So, Marky G, Mr. Mark Golden, sir. When did you? Okay, so let me phrase this question good. Did you make the Jamaican people aware? How did you represent us as the opposition with these decisions that were being made? Is there anything in the Constitution that helps us, helps you to defend us? Like, let's talk to the people about it. Maybe I'm just pushing it too far, you know. So the government of Jamaica can just make decisions about the environment that could possibly affect us. Shout out to Timo in the building. That could possibly affect us, our children, and our children's children, generations to come. But they don't need to talk to us about it. I mean, the moment y'all heard about this was not big news. This was not blasting all over all social media. I never heard about this until yesterday. That is weird. Cartel coming out of prison was bigger than this. This should have been trending. Jamaica got gold, possibly, and oil. 7 billion barrels, potentially. 7 billion. They talking about 100. They talking about, I think, 1 million barrels a day coming out of these areas that you see on the map. Wait a minute, let me show you. They talking about 1 million barrels a day coming from these barrels of mean prospect sources identified. So you see all the colors right there. They're saying, yo, these areas in our shores as well, in the water, all that, are areas where there's oil. That's what it's saying on this map. So 1 million barrels a day. What does that mean for education? What does that mean for our light bills that is skyrocketing? What does that mean for the hospitals and healthcare system? What excuses is a government gonna have having tapped into those types of resources? As in 7 billion barrels of oil, 1 million barrel a day. Listen, if I hear one Jamaican, if I live to see one Jamaican, it could be my auntie, I don't care, I'm gonna cuss you out. If I hear one Jamaican make excuses for any politician in Jamaica, from this day on, I'm gonna cuss you out. Yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out, because you're the problem. She said, Jamaican government have their own offshore account ready. Allegedly. Oh yeah, let me put that sign up. Thank you, Miss Genesis. Let me put my goddamn sign up. Yo, let me put my sign up, man. I ain't playing with these people. Yo, let me put my sign up right here. This shit crazy. Hell no. Yeah, let me put my sign up. So Timo, what do you do? Oh, guys, remember that the donation link is pinned at the top of the comment section, always, for those that want to support the platform. All right, so yeah, let's continue. Oh, wow.
Everybody's very keen and supportive to see this well drilled, purely because of the economics, the potential upside and value. The size of the prize is huge for what is a reasonably low and minimum investment. And in fact, as a demonstration of the support of the government, they've kindly hosted us this evening for this evening's shareholder event, which we're very excited.
Shareholder event. So this video, they talking about, this was an event. So everybody was aware of this allegedly. The opposition and everybody was aware of this. Then my drill already trust. Man, listen, I don't know. Miss Genesis. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a possibility now. Yeah, I don't need to show his face. I could just play the audio.
The energy demand for the world is going to be fulfilled all the way out to 2050 by at least
the non-executive director. This is an important lady right here.
Between 40 and 50% coming from fossil fuels. We're in an energy transition. Transitions take decades, and there's a growing realization that reserves have to be replaced in order to meet that energy demand.
But the potential is huge.
Reserves have to be replaced to meet the energy demand. Do you know that this could potentially mean war in Jamaica? Worst case scenario. That's another thing I'm looking at. The fact that we have all this oil. This could invite war, like literal war for this asset. I mean, with a country at the zenith of its corruption, talk about the worst timing. Yo, talk about the worst timing. See, what is going on right now with the crime is alleged. This is what is said. This is what is being said in the street. All the areas where these mass crimes are happening allegedly is PMP areas. JLP is in power. So they're talking about, yo, this might be the 80s all over again with Edward Siaga. It's the same playbook, allegedly. Right? Because this government knows that the majority of Jamaicans, if there was an election today, they would lose. All of them know, even the JLP people, that is grassroots, that is on social media, capping for these fools, know that. The people are fed up. All the way fed up. So it's like, this is the conversations that's being had in the street. People really believe that these massacres that are taking place allegedly is either being done by allegedly, you know, some people are even saying it might be police. You know what I'm saying? Like crooked cops. Right? So I'm saying, like, Jamaica already is in that space of, like, people really believe that those are the things that are happening. So if that could be true in any capacity, let's hypothetically say that this is what is going on in Jamaica. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying this is what is being said, right? So let's imagine that type of corrupt system now with this earning potential. We are in some deep-ish, ladies and gentlemen. So no wonder y'all went up to the Maroon town in Quickstep with over 200 police where there was only 75 people. The minerals, the mining, allegedly. I gotta take my time with this, man. Yeah, Timo, this is crazy. Y'all like and share the video, please. Alright? Send this to 2 persons on your WhatsApp that you know Jamaican. I need somebody to call in. Tell me what y'all think. I need somebody to hit the link. I need somebody to hit the link. We're gonna have a marathon tonight, boy. Yes, sir. She said, hold up. Come on now, Jamaicans now. Jamaicans know more about what's going on in Jamaica than than the native Jamaicans.
Huge. It's potentially.
See, I actually don't know what's going on. I'll tell you that right now. All right, like Rodney would say, I got amnesia. I be hearing stuff, but that's not stuff for you to repeat on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, it is wild. Even the reports that are coming out about the statistics on crime, nobody believes the JCF and the JDF, to the point where the Minister of Security, Horace Chang, came out and said it's disrespectful that people don't believe them. People just don't believe. We don't trust y'all. I don't trust y'all. I don't believe y'all. And it's not everybody. It's just the elite group that controls everything. Yeah, I don't trust y'all. Whoever is in that club of elite or close or works for directly, I don't trust none of y'all. None of y'all.
Life-changing license for the island of Jamaica. The size and scale and value is truly mind-blowing. This project could be potentially 7 billion barrels of recoverable oil. It could potentially double.
7 billion barrels. Oh my God. You heard it out the man's mouth. 7 billion, bro. 7 billion.
Double the GDP of the island as a standalone project, and it could also generate over $30 billion of tax take for the island of Jamaica. So the scale is quite substantial.
How much?
Potentially double the GDP of the island as a standalone project, and it could also generate over $30 billion of tax take for the island of Jamaica.
$30 billion of tax take. Now that tax take does not serve the people of Jamaica, because we got crooked politicians and a lot of money has been missing. Again, you see my problem with this. I have many issues with this. I have many concerns. But one of my biggest problems is the type of people that are in power that could possibly be there still through trickery and continue the corruption. You hear how much billions of dollars that potentially could be in taxes from this project alone? 30 billion. 30 billion.
So the scale is quite substantial.
The Jamaican opportunity is really a unique one. It's a massive acreage holding, over 22,000 square kilometres, which is the equivalent of 3.5 million football pitches. And
3.5 million football pitches.
And really the opportunity to be first mover in a country that is energy hungry, that would like to replace its imports with indigenous supply. More than that, the way that we're looking at Jamaica now, and the technical work that's advanced, we see real
7 billion barrels. 7 billion barrels, not dollars. 7 billion barrels of oil. Multiply every barrel by the potential cost of now and the future, and you're looking at multiple billions of dollars in the hundreds.
A real opportunity for a string of pearls in terms of exploration and development, and we're really looking at
Miss Genesis.
Early commercialization and how we can do.
Let's go back. Miss Genesis showed me off.
Ports with indigenous supply. More than that, the way that we're looking at Jamaica now, and the technical work that's advanced, we see a real opportunity for a string of pearls in terms of exploration and development, and we're really looking at early commercialization and how we can do that. And with that, we've built a development around. It's conventional. It's using floating production and storage offshore systems, such as used in the Stabroek license in Guyana, for example. And actually, we have many similarities to the Stabroek license. So in the look at how we would go about commercializing these opportunities, we've really started to attract and engage with a number of partners, and we're really taking those conversations forward. And of course, our joint purpose with the Jamaican government is to get to a point of commercializing and getting to production as early as possible.
Commercializing and getting to production as early as possible. You heard it here.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
Notice all these experts have no connection with Jamaica, except when they are talking about the money. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, that is my biggest concern. Who owns this company? What family they from? Where are they from? Where is this money going that they will yield from the profit of mining here? Is their profit bigger than the profit of the Jamaican people? Is it a 30 to 70% thing where we would make 70% of the income and they would make 30? I think that would be fair, because they're one entity in Jamaica got millions of people. You know what I mean? And it's our oil. It's in our ground or under the ocean, whatever the case might be. And then if they're doing deep sea mining, again, what does that mean for the future of fishery in Jamaica? The earthquakes have been 166. That's my last count. I don't know if any other dropped, but again, an earthquake. So we're talking about mining. We're talking about digging, drilling. Isn't that going to cause more earthquakes? Are we not on a tectonic plate? Two of them. Fault lines running across Jamaica. Like, yo, I got so many questions off the top of my head, bro. He said, Bolo, I keep it 100. I have no idea y'all add oil. With oil and green trade, that could solve most, if not the majority of your country's problem. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. When you got thieves, that is the head of government. When you have puss, you cannot bring butter in front of the puss. The puss is going to thieve the butter. But just like us, when we get huge assets, the world foreigners always want a hand in it. Man, listen.
It's frontier exploration. There's not too many of those projects left in the world, and the fact that a company of our size has 100% of 29,000 square kilometers of acreage is really, really impressive.
So they have been given 100%. So it's a done deal. They don't want, like, so all right, so what? They got the license. How much did they pay Jamaica to get the license? Puss and dog don't have, well, Peace and dog have no business in each other's affairs. Yo, listen, man. What the hell is going on, man? Yo, hey, let me find Talk Your Mind TV video, because he the one that I actually saw this on. Gotta give him his credit. Gotta give him the Broski his credit, man. Talk Your Mind TV been on it. Talk Your Mind TV. Y'all make sure y'all go sub up. He's on his way to 50K. I'll make sure y'all go sub up to Talk Your Mind TV. Alright. Alright, so let me drop his link right there. Let me put his link right here.
Never done a crime.
No, you good, bro.
Original Talk Your Mind TV.
Emergency, lock on the place and take with the people them. So much potential.
Alright, so there is a Stab. No, that's not the name of the company. I'm looking for the name of the company, because that's how I found the video. I looked up the name of the company. Alright, that's what I did. Trying to find it. Jamaica exploration history. Apparently, they used to mine in Jamaica already once in the early 70s or something like that.
Deep angle.
I didn't even know that. I did not even know that. Oh yeah, Walton Morant. That's the name of the company. That's what I'm trying to find. The name of the company is Walton Morant.
And it's in our hands now to move it forward, and as I've touched upon, the size of the prize is so big for what is really a minimal investment up front. So I think we're really excited now moving forward into the remainder of this year or exists.
So he's saying that they put up a small amount of money for a seismic investment. So they're feeling very optimistic. All right. Again, what does that mean for the regular Jamaican?
Work program and hopefully drilling an exploration well in 2025 or 2026. This year we've appointed a new country manager.
2026? Well, damn. Yo, I'm gonna get my my maroon ID. Yeah, I'm a native. Goddamn it. I'm gonna get my American my maroon ID. Boy, that's crazy.
Harona Thompson, and she'll lead operations on the ground and help us with all the permitting that's required for this year's work programme in advance of hopefully drilling an exploration well in 2025. We've also invested quite substantially in a number of training and educational programmes. So to date, since we've come into the licence and taken over operatorship, we've invested over $500,000 in training and educational programmes. So the relationship...
Wait, training and education programs for who? Training and education programs for who? For who?
A new country manager, Harona Thompson, and she'll lead operations on the ground and help us with all the permitting that's required for this year's work programme in advance of hopefully drilling an exploration well in 2025. We've also invested quite substantially in a number of training and educational programmes. So to date, since we've come into the licence and taken over operatorship, we've invested over $500,000 in training and educational programmes. So the relationship is very strong. I think
So I would like to know in detail who actually is getting the training. Who is the training for? What? Where's these programs that you've invested in? Because I really want to know if Jamaicans are being trained to take over those jobs, or they're gonna import the whole workforce. So they got time, 2025, 2026. They're hoping, right? So they got time, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuses, right? So where's these programs?
Shareholders really need to get behind the story now and really support the work programme and what we're trying to achieve. Tonight's presentation will be available on our website, and I really urge our shareholders to have a read of it. The technical story has evolved substantially over the last number of months, and we're really excited now. There's a number of additional leads and prospects that we've been working on, and the presentation will capture a lot of that detail.
Tonight we gather to celebrate.
Oh, I guess this is the presentation. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
The partnership between United Oil and Gas PLC and the Government of Jamaica, as well as to highlight the exciting opportunities that lie ahead in Jamaica's offshore oil and gas sector. We have
offshore oil and gas sector. So this image, this is offshore. This is not on land. This is in the ocean. So my concerns again is the fault lines, the earthquakes. They said that Blue Mountain is a sleeping volcano. I'm not sure if that's true. Is it possible? Hey, might be. Who knows? A lot of these islands, it's like that. So what
have an esteemed Oil and Gas PLC.
I love my country until Jamaicans living in Jamaica realize the pressure is on. All Jamaicans we abroad can only talk about the solutions. We need boots on the ground, y'all and them need to stand firm.
And the Government of Jamaica, as well as to highlight the exciting opportunities that lie ahead in Jamaica's offshore oil and gas sector. We have an esteemed lineup of speakers who will share their insights and perspectives on this important collaboration. So without further ado, let us commence our program with a warm welcome from my dear friend, His Excellency Alexander Williams, the Jamaica's High Commission.
Hey, T-Mo. Hey, listen, I don't know what they thinking about. Do I think they thinking about us? Hell no. I'm just asking the questions right now because I'm just being aware of this.
To the United Kingdom, Your Excellency.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Lawrence. Lawrence has an excellent future as a politician. He speaks so fluidly and so well and so engaging. We need to get him into politics, no?
So you see what he thinks a politician's qualification should be. The way how you speak fluent. So you can give the people word salad. So you could trick it. So you could catch them in that sorcery of wordplay. Because you know it's all a spell, right?
It's my distinct honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the United Oil and Gas PLC shareholders and stakeholders reception hosted here at the Jamaican High Commission in the United Kingdom. Tonight we gather in the spirit of partnership and collaboration to celebrate the fruitful relationship between United Oil and Gas PLC and the Jamaican government. The occasion makes a significant milestone in our collective efforts to unlock Jamaica's offshore oil and gas potential and foster sustainable development for the benefit of our nation and its people.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good. But until I see real action starting from now with training of Jamaican men and women to be in the positions of that company that has to do with important positions, I have my reservations. All right.
And welcome, and thank you very much to His Excellency Alexander Williams and, of course, Lawrence Jones and the Jampro team for hosting us here tonight. As Brian said, I'm director at United, and I'm really excited to be here with you today to share our story and our excitement about our opportunity in Jamaica.
Let her share her story.
In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I aim to take you through our exciting opportunity offshore Jamaica. I'll start at the macro level, why this opportunity makes good business sense. Then we will look at how we can monetize and realize the vast value that lies in this acreage. And finally...
You heard that? Business sense. Just business. That is the first seller. It makes good business sense. How about environmental friendly sense? How about that? Does it make good environmental friendly sense? I don't know.
I'll share just a fraction of the technical evidence that we have that underpins our statements on value potential. United are in...
Yes, Miss Genesis, you're on point. Yes. And Talk Your Mind TV, to his credit, said this. This is all about the Maroons. The Maroons are in their way. They are in their way. So you see where I got the picture from, right? You see that, right? All right, let's hear what she's saying.
In a unique position here in Jamaica. The resource potential of this basin is huge. To date, and without the benefit of full 3D seismic coverage across the 22,000 square kilometres. And just let me give you some perspective. 22,000 square kilometres, you can put 3.5 million football pitches into 22,000 square kilometres. That's the acreage that we have, which holds.
So they're saying that they haven't even looked at the entire space, and that's the potential that they already have of 7 billion barrels of oil? That's crazy. So they could possibly trigger an earthquake, tsunami, since it's in the ocean. That can, bro, that's the short term. What about the long term effects of drilling in the ocean? Think about that. And then the type of what you call it now, I would say type of mammals, fishes that drilling deeper, drawing in like the bigger fish, you know what I'm saying? Those massive whales and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Shirley, how you doing, love? Good to see you. Man, it is unbelievable for real, man. Why care about the environment when the people are dead off allegedly? Oh shit, man. Talk your ish.
Over 7 billion barrels of mean prospective resources. So there's plenty of upside here and plenty of running room. On top of this, and very important, is that the fiscal terms here rank right at the top in terms of attractiveness. When you couple this with how supportive and flexible the government are, the first mover advantage for anyone wishing to grow a valuable business here in Jamaica for the sustainable development of the nation and your own business are undeniable. And let me say that the opportunity to participate in Jamaica is far more than an opportunity to participate in exploration. What we will be doing here is opening up a new basin. You will see later in the presentation how analogous this opportunity is to Stabroek license in Guyana in terms of block size, resource potential, prospect size distribution and production potential. The opportunity here is to be the first mover in building an integrated business in an energy-hungry country that desires to replace its imports and to be part of the economic development of the nation, while at the same time making substantial returns as a company. Another unique and very...
While at the same time making substantial profit as a company. Listen.
Production potential. The opportunity here is to be the first mover in building an integrated business in an energy-hungry country that desires to replace its imports and to be part of the economic development of the nation, while at the same time making substantial returns as a company.
As a company, they'll be making substantial returns, baby. You heard me? All right? So they're not in this for the love of the environment or for the love of the people or for the love of growing growing our business as a nation. It's that substantial amount of money they will be making back. The bottom line, pun intended, the bottom line, ocean on digging, yeah, bottom line. He said, I'm so against that. Think about the environment effects and not to mention it will ultimately affect us. Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Another unique and very important aspect of this is that as we as an industry and as a nation want to accelerate and strengthen our efforts of decarbonisation and emissions management. And this is an opportunity to build a carbon neutral development from the outset, with all of the positive impacts of that on our sustainability objectives and our reputation. So a quick recap just for this section. This is an excellent opportunity for monetising exploration prospectivity. We have over 7 billion barrels and we have a very small area of 3D, which if I walk over here, we have 3D over this area and we have the rest of the acreage here. And with that, we have identified 21 prospects and leads. So when we shoot more 3D and when we reprocess the existing 3D, that is only going to grow. So massive upside potential here. I'll show you later, and unfortunately we don't have time, and I'm sure you maybe don't want to see it, but we have more than an hour's worth of presentation of real solid technical material of why there is an active hydrocarbon system here. All the wells that have been drilled to date have had oil shows, even way back to the 1950s. There are numerous seeps identified and sampled both onshore and offshore. There's seismic evidence for hydrocarbon migration. You don't have to be a seismologist to see it. You can see the chimneys rising up to the surface, the gas chimneys. The Cretaceous source rock development is that we've done some basin modelling that shows where the source rocks are and how that has been built up in the basin. We have supportive government policy in fiscal terms, and essentially the resource here is comparable to the Stabroek resource in Guyana. So
they're saying that the amount of oil that's here in Jamaica is comparable to that in Guyana, and they haven't even really looked everywhere. Yo, man, listen, we got Audrey Patterson. What's going on with you? Said it wasn't likely for Jamaica and Haiti to be so close, and Haiti have so much precious minerals and Jamaica didn't have any. Excellent point. That is an excellent point. I never thought about that. She said they have been trying to destroy Jamaica since Columbus. Jamaica land is too rich in natural resources. They will never destroy the land of wood and water. Nature will not let that happen. We gotta help nature. Nature, man, we gotta help. We gotta fight for nature. And when I think about this, I think about that Michael Jackson song, man. Yeah, I think about that Michael Jackson song where they were destroying everything, all these bombs and everything. World War this, World War that, all the nations that were affected. That's what I think about. Man.
massive potential in the Walton Morant and the potential to actually produce up to and exceed 1 million barrels of oil production per day.
Yo, I want y'all to listen to that again. That might have went over y'all head. Yo, let me slow that down for y'all, man. Lord have mercy. What did you say?
The Stabroek resource in Guyana. So massive potential in the Walton Morant and the potential to actually produce up to and exceed 1 million barrels of oil production per day.
Produce up to or exceed one what?
The potential to actually produce up to and exceed 1 million barrels of oil
1 million barrels or exceed 1 million barrels of, man, what?
Production per day. I suspect that some of you might have a question in your minds, which is, why now and not before? After all,
all right, bro, I got you. I'm going to drop the link for you. I told y'all this is, hey, you can call in too. Y'all can call me on WhatsApp, right? Yeah, man, this is, I need the participation of the congregation. Shout out to Double Speaks. I want to hear what y'all think about this, man. Everybody's invited, man. Long as you're going to be on topic, everybody's invited. Seismologist. Well, a new word even for me. So how comes Marky G didn't say anything to the people? He loved if the Prime Minister was hiding it. Yo, thank you. And listen, I don't know if he said anything. He got social media pages. We don't be following anything. And I know if he said something, Mama hot off I press have it. If he said anything, Mama hot off of the press have it. So I am asking. I have not heard him say anything. He did not. I don't know if they signed an ND, non-disclosure agreement. I don't know. I really don't know what's the situation with that. Shout out to Ryan Campbell in the building. I don't know if why we didn't hear from Mr. Mark Golden in regards to this huge project. I don't know if they signed an NDA. I don't know, man. I don't know.
the first well drilled here was almost 70 years ago. First, it is...
So you see what I said? I told you this before, right? The first well that was drilled in Jamaica was 70 years ago. I did not know that. I did not know that, dog. We got our brother
What's
T.
good? What's good? What's good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Right, man. We got our brother.
I'm hoping I'm hoping Miss Genesis come up because because I think all three of us could really have a great discussion about this. But I want to start it off by talking about as far as the offshore drilling thing. I thought it was a land drill thing until I heard them say it was an offshore thing. Here's my problem with offshore. Just for the simple fact of the issues that we've had here personally in the U.S., mainly off Houston, when that real bad BP oil spill happened about like over a decade and some change ago. I think it was about 15 plus years ago. But the thing is that you're drilling in the middle of the ocean. The thing is, there's still, I don't care what any type of professional or expert says, when you're drilling in nothing but water and affecting all the marine habitat, everything else that we have to benefit from, and say that if there's at least a if there's at least a 0.001% chance of air going wrong, no, you absolutely do not do it. I'm totally against that because sooner or later a mistake will happen, and that'll ultimately affect, since it's offshore drilling to your country, it will ultimately affect y'all people first. Starting from the drinking water is going to be first. It's going to affect marine life first, and then it's going to hit basically the people that have to actually habitat the country, and then having to deal with drinking water in situations like that. Because then you're going to have to, all of a sudden, they're going to either, one, hit you with a whole bunch of tax money saying, oh, well, We got to upgrade the filtration systems and the water treatment plants and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, it's just like you're putting people in a situation that they didn't ask for in the first place. And the people that created the situation, they're not going to be held accountable for, and let alone contribute to any crisis that breaks out in the country that they're affected. All right, you can go ahead.
I never thought about that, bro. So that's a possibility. Mistakes do happen, but then the ramifications of those mistakes, I mean, what kind of price is that going to be? That's a very good point, man.
Look, research if you didn't know about it. Research what happened a lot of years ago when we had the BP incident offshore from basically Houston, Texas. But it's like Galveston or somewhere in the water. But basically, it was an offshore drilling when they affected the environment. To this day, we still feel certain effects from that environment.
Offshore drilling incident in Texas.
BP.
Huh?
It was BP. That was the name of the company that created that spill in the ocean.
DP World, right? That's the name of the company?
Yeah, BP Petroleum, but it's only one company that's documented on that.
All right, in Texas, USA. Let me see if I find the article. I'm looking for it. Deepwater Horizon oil spill, April 20th, 2010. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
So y'all are looking at this. Y'all can't see me and
Yeah, we still suffer from some of them effects to this day.
So I'm
environmentally.
I'm looking at the article right now. You can't see it because you're on StreamYard, but yeah, let me share the screen on StreamYard for
Come
you.
on, Miss Genesis, hop on up here because I want to hear your opinion too, because I know you got a great take on this.
All right, so here we go. Okay. Who owned the rig responsible for the Deepwater Horizon oil spill? Largest marine oil spill in the history. Shit. Gulf of Mexico, approximately 41 miles. The explosion owned operators offshore. Shit. So this is like one of the possibilities of just mass disaster in that type of.
Bolo, it's even worse than that. Let me really break it down to you. This is something that happened this is near offshore. So it's near land to where you have access to more resources to try to fix the situation.
Okay, so
imagine where you're at.
So I'm not an expert, right? So
Neither am I, but it's just
we are on a fault line. So I'm just using my common sense. So we are.
when you said a fault line, that's what made it even worse. I'm like, no, you don't drill on a fault line. You gonna cause it's almost a no-brainer. To most people, to the common person that knows anything, you don't got to be a seismographic expert. It's just almost common sense to know that if you're going to drill somewhere along a fault line, expect bad, worst case scenario to happen.
Yeah, we got Miss Genesis in the building.
Yes. Salute, Miss Genesis. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Good to see you, Bolo. Timo TV. It's Timo TV, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and chat. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Oh, man. Salute to you, Miss Genesis.
Doing good.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
So my question was, right, we're on a fault line. So the explosion, we talk about gases. So water is not going to affect the fire actually sucking up the gases even underwater. So a fault line, large explosion, I don't know. That sounds real dangerous, bro. And the area in which
and it is
the area in which they showed the map where the actual spots are for the oil and gases, it's not that far from south of Jamaica. You're talking from the west side straight to the east side. All along under there's areas where they can drill. Man, listen. This not me thinking even more now.
And they're not even thinking about, like I say, they're not even thinking about the safety of the people. That's why I didn't know if you. I assumed you probably knew about the BP situation that happened with us
No.
uh, years ago. But yeah, and that's not even the tip of the iceberg, in my opinion. That's not even the tip of the iceberg that what can happen if something goes wrong where you're at, because of the simple fact y'all are surrounded by water, and not
Mm-hmm.
basically it would take a whole bunch of money and resources to even attempt to contain the situation, but it's going to take way longer. And just think about it. I don't know how long it took exactly, but I will say it was like 4 years before it was even acceptable for it was just like it was even remotely acceptable that things were going in the right direction from the incident that happened with us. So that's why I'm like, I'm surprised. And then when you said it was on a fault line on top of that, that's the part that really caught my attention, because I'm like, on a fault line, who the hell drills on a fault line? Like,
Well,
that's where major earthquakes and stuff happen. And if
shout
you're drilling in that area, it's going to make a bad thing worse.
shout out to Hot Off the Press. Salute to you. I know it's probably early in the morning in England. It's like maybe 5 a.m. Salute. I see you in the chat. Salute to you. Um, damn, bro. It says right here, right? Only about 800 barrels have been captured. They lost 4.9 million barrels of oil in that explosion. And
That is
all of
just,
that is waste, like in the ocean. Like, bro, what?
and I want you to take this I want you to take this part in consideration. That's just probably what was estimated, documented.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss Genesis, what you got on this?
Yeah, before I go ahead, sweetheart, your mic, there's like a vibration or something that's going on with your mic.
Who?
Uh,
Timo?
no, yours.
Mine?
Yours.
I'm
Yeah.
on mute.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's grinding steel or something.
That's crazy. I ain't steal. That's the
Yeah,
first time
because
I'm hearing that one, boy.
yeah, this is really an important like topic, so I really want the audience to get the context of what's going on without getting lost in the audio.
Oh,
That's why I muted my mic.
yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna go on mute. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, it's on a stand and everything. My table
Yeah.
is not shaking, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry
already
about
on mute.
yeah, sorry about that, honey. Yeah, I wanted to also talk about the tsunami that happened a few years ago. Now, allegedly, that tsunami was caused because Russia allegedly they were doing nuclear testing underneath the ocean floor, and that's what triggered the tsunami allegedly. So, getting back to what you were saying, Timo TV, about all the reverberations that's gonna happen if they continue or allegedly drill for this oil and what have you in Jamaica. But I said this before when they started playing around with the maroons and doing all the rigmarole with them, there was definitely oil on that land, and people thought I was crazy. Oh, there's no oil in Jamaica, blah blah blah, what have you. There is oil there. This is why they wanted to run the maroons off of their land. And shout out to the maroons for being steadfast and standing their
Oh,
ground,
okay.
right? But again, going back to what I was saying before, Bolo, as always, it's about the treaties. All of this stuff has been put in place before any of us was ever born. It's all about the treaties. Nothing is going to change anywhere in the world until those treaties are broken. There is a loophole in those treaties somewhere. It's going to take somebody who's savvy enough to find that loophole, because every contract, every treaty, every IOU, whatever you want to call it, there is a loophole there. We can
Yeah,
talk
exactly.
we can talk until the cows come home. We can try to rally the troops, we can galvanize, we can do whatever we want to do as a nation, as a people, but until we break those treaties, nothing will be resolved. Nothing. I'll go on mute.
And that's facts.
So in terms of, you're saying that the Maroons should break the treaty that they have with them?
No, I'm not talking about the Maroons breaking the treaty. I'm talking about the treaties that were put in place that sold off the world. You know, like back in the 1700s, back in the 1400s, back in those
Okay, I got
decades.
you. I got you. Got you.
Yeah, those are the treaties that I'm talking about because okay, going back to Haiti, even though Haiti is on the topic, but Haiti is in debt to France forever because of that treaty. Because of the treaty that happened back in the 1400s, Haiti is in debt for France forever. So we need to go look at those treaties and figure out where that loophole is to break that treaty so that Jamaica can stand on its whole as an entity. Because all of this talk about Jamaica being independent, Jamaica is not independent. Canada isn't even independent. We're still loyal to the crown. Every dollar that I make, every dollar that every Canadian makes, every dollar that every Jamaican makes, there's a percentage that goes back to the crown. So these treaties were set in place decades ago. So the treaties need to be broken before any resolve can happen.
Very interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
this is just insane. The whole thing that's just catching me is just the fact that they're even allowing this. And I don't know. I don't know if every country has like an EPA, which is an environmental protection agency, but it's the fact that just by EPA regulations, it's just like that should be an absolute no under any circumstance because of the effects that it can have. And just the fact that you mentioned it was on a fault line, that holds a lot more weight, even to just the risk that it pretty much brings to the table now.
Now,
It's even a
now,
bigger risk because it's on a fault line.
now, I don't know where exactly the fault lines are in terms of where they're digging, but I do know that Jamaica, according to the geologist I did a video the other day, he said that we're on a long fault line. And he says the longer the fault line, that's why they were predicting that there might be a big earthquake coming because of all of these multiple earthquakes. It's going to agitate the fault line. So I'm saying if you're going to be doing all this drilling and there's potentially disasters like this that Timo just, made me aware of that is possible, the ripple effect could be catastrophic. I'm just, like, what the hell, man? This is crazy.
Catastrophic to me is pretty much an understatement considering where it's going to be located at, in my opinion.
Man, listen, man. I heard all the prophets talking about disasters coming to Jamaica. Yo, yeah, I'm gonna pray some more, boy. This is not good. This is not good at all. Right?
And it took years to just think, Bolo, it took years for us to quote unquote clean it up. To me, in my opinion, a spill like that happens in the ocean, there's no way you're going to 100% clean it up
Can y'all hear me?
because it gets out there. It gets all the way out there at some point.
Can you hear me?
But yeah, I hear you.
How is that possible? Good thing I tested. That might be the issue. Y'all give me a second. Now, that might be the issue why Miss Genesis is hearing what she's hearing. All right. My chick shouldn't be able to hear me
Yeah,
now.
and with Miss Genesis, a lot of stuff. Yeah,
All right,
I'm definitely with her on it.
so
Like I say, with me, it's just it's the biggest issue is just basically the environmental effects it can have on Jamaica.
So Miss Genesis, can you hear that sound you was talking about a while ago?
Yeah, I still hear a bit of it. It's not as loud or as prominent, but it's still there.
All right,
I'm outside. I keep switching my phone from on and off and mute.
Miss Genesis got super hearing, so thank God everybody else doesn't. So they might not hear it. But I don't know. I don't know what to do right now about it. I'm gonna have to check my audio because I got this new mic on. I don't know if it's still got the programming for the noise cancellation, all of that. Yeah. I have to remember Miss Genesis is an X-Men, ladies and gentlemen. All right. She is Mrs. Xavier, okay? Here in a minute.
You'll hear it on the replay. You'll definitely hear it on the replay.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. You guys won't be able to hear me play the video on OBS, but I'm gonna continue with that and see what these people talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna continue with that. Stop sharing the screen. Go back to this.
Usual rather than unusual for frontier basins to take decades before monetization
Yeah,
occurs.
overall,
And if we
this
think about
situation
Guyana, for
is
example,
just like really crazy, and just the fact that they're even considering doing this in the first place is just mind-boggling. Like I said, that's just in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, Timo. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm about to play on OBS the video, so your audio while the video is playing, they will be able to hear the video. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really share the screen like that.
I guess.
Yeah, so.
which is the most recent frontier basin to be opened up. The first well was in the 80s, and first discovery was in May 2015. The sheer scale of data acquisition and technical work that has to take place before you can work up a prospect inventory that sufficiently de-risks your acreage so that you can drill is huge, and it takes time. It's just as simple as that. So, essentially, where we are...
Let me go back to what she just said. What she talking about?
First well was in the 80s, and first discovery was in May 2015. The sheer scale of data acquisition and technical work that has to take place before you can work up a prospect inventory that sufficiently de-risks your acreage so that you can drill is huge, and it takes time.
So they want to de-risk their acreage so they can drill. What does that even mean? She's saying that it takes a lot of time to get that done. So, you know, they won't have not no risk, but minimum risks. What does that even mean?
Time. It's just as simple as that. So, essentially, where we are today, what's changed? Well, we understand much more about the exploration concepts here, where to target in terms of the offshore drilling. We've got a much better understanding of the basin, of the regional source rock development, etc., and the geological concepts. And we've got some high-quality 3D seismic, which we're going to improve upon and reprocess and acquire more. Okay, thank you. So I've shown you the immense size of the prize at Walton Morant, and let's now consider the very important question of how we would go about unlocking that value potential. We've identified more than 7 billion barrels of potential on the block, and there are numerous prospects and leads that are greater on their own than 500 million barrels, and some that are up to 1 billion barrels in size, and you'll see more of that later in the presentation.
So she's saying that there are areas that have 1 billion barrels of oil by itself. I'm looking at this picture on the screen. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large areas on the south of Jamaica where I guess they got their eyes on to drill. One of those areas got 1 billion barrels of oil in it. Sheesh.
Allegedly.
Well, it's not allegedly. These people have their license. I went on Google. They got a license. This company got a license to do their job and drill in Jamaica already. They got a license. So they have been talking about this behind the scenes. They just ain't really made it like hugely public. You know, the mainstream media hasn't been covering this enough. The discussions that we're having right now and the concerns that we're putting in place, and you know, I have not seen multiple television mainstream programs have that discussion. They're the ones that should have it the most because they got the most influence. With a discussion like this, I should have 4 million people or 400,000 people watching this live stream.
But you know what it's all about, man. We ain't even got to get into that.
That's crazy.
nobody wants to hear about what's really real, and what could ultimately affect you. But because they slide it under your nose, you don't pick up on it. It's just like I see a lot of stuff going on. It's just like I don't like it. But just the stuff that you was telling me, just about this one in particular thing, among other things I've heard you talk about, like bro, this one can affect like people drastically more than anything that you probably might be facing right now. It's just like I said, if there's an accident that happens and there's a spill, it's just like, okay, I don't know how good y'all water treatment systems are or anything like that, but best believe they're gonna make the people pay on the tax to upgrade the systems to be able to handle this situation. And there's not nobody, in my opinion, that I think that's going to be wanting help in that situation. Which is why I'm just like really surprised. I'm sort of not surprised, but I'm really surprised the fact that in the area that they're doing it, that's just mind-boggling to me. We're doing it in the middle of the ocean, and the simple fact that there's only one habited area that's around the area you plan on doing, and you're going to run the risk of affecting all these people's lives potentially. That's the part that just completely just like trips me up, and I'll go on mute.
I mean, when you look at the maroon situation, when I saw them pressing to like, mine there, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Do they know how much like animals and plants and stuff like that? That's like that's the only place in the world they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you doing? The amount of water sources, the amount of parishes that area alone sends fresh, clean water to, natural water, is ridiculous. So you start drilling in that area, it's massive drought for a bunch of different areas in Jamaica. And there was a literal fight. Like, the environmentalist group had to come out. There was petitions being signed. You know what I'm saying? There were protests, all that. So our government really is a whole sellout. Like, yo, if it's the money, they are ready to say thank you kindly without even second guessing it. So that's what I'm saying. With this type of potential here, I don't think they even asked any questions, looked into anything that we even talked about just now. Honestly. But I'm gonna continue.
Yeah, and that's the part that, like I say, that's the part that hits me the most.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on the video now.
This resource distribution gives us a great choice of initial targets.
Hey, I'm gonna drop back in the chat because I gotta charge up my phone, but I'm gonna be in the chat.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yep. Yep. Miss Genesis, have a great evening. Be safe.
Thank you. Take care. Good to meet you.
All right.
With great flexibility in how we approach developing the block. Any one of these large prospects alone would create excellent economic return. But given the sheer scale of the resource potential here, we would develop the area using FPSO, floating production storage offshore hubs. These are just big ships, basically, that process things on board, with multiple large discoveries tied back to each FPSO. Our goal being to develop the 7 billion barrels of resources and to reach over 1 million barrels of oil production per day from the block.
1 million or 1 billion? How much barrels?
7 billion barrels.
Wait, what? You talking too fast. Hold up.
Would create excellent economic return. But given the sheer scale of the resource potential here, we would develop the area using FPSO, floating production storage offshore hubs. These are just big ships, basically, that process things on board, with multiple large discoveries tied back to each FPSO. Our goal being to develop the 7 billion barrels of resources and to reach over 1 million barrels of oil production per day from the block.
Just to give you an idea, these are tried and tested conventional development techniques, and indeed exactly the same as the approach being used to unlock the value from the prolific Stabroek block owned by Exxon, Hess and CNOOC, which is offshore Guyana, where they're using multiple FPSOs as hubs to develop clusters of discoveries. We also have the potential at Walton Morant to add more value from the associated gas. Often associated gas is a bit of a nuisance, but actually Jamaica currently has over 900 megawatts of thermal power generation relying on imported oil and gas supplies that could be replaced by associated gas from the Walton Morant discoveries. Given that most of the power generation and gas demand is on the southern coast of Jamaica, it's easy to land gas to shore and replace imported oil and gas with indigenous clean gas for power generation. Now I'm going to take a bit of time.
Before I continue, I heard they were planning on building a nuclear plant in Jamaica. Yo, listen, what the hell is going on, man? What is really going on? I got conspiracy theories for days. So there was an argument about a nuclear plant. Is that coincidental? Yo, I want y'all to let me know if you when you watch the replay about that specific, like the oil and then the nuclear plant. Is that coincidental? Is there something bigger in play here? Is Jamaica potentially becoming a hub for potential warfare? Bro, I've heard talks about a nuclear plant. I kid you not. Alright? Timo, I am not capping, bro. Right? I've heard those reports. So I'm saying, with all these gases and these oils offshore, you telling me about a nuclear plant in little old Jamaica? Allegedly. Man, listen.
On this, if I may, it's dense with data, and I'm sure maybe some of you cannot read it all, but if we just start with...
Shout out to Sassy81 in the building. How you doing, love?
With the map on the right-hand side, and you can see the relative geographic proximity between Jamaica and Guyana. And then if you look at the top right is Stabroek, and then of course our acreage here, and actually they're plotted on a relatively similar scale, so you can see also that in terms of the relative size they are roughly the same as well. But when you take a deeper look, what you'll see here is that in many parameters, in terms of whether we're talking about the block size, the water depth, how deep you would have to drill to get through to the reservoir and total depth, how the source rock was formed, the resource potential, so 11 billion barrels in Guyana, 7 billion barrels so far in Walton Morant. The number.
So they're saying that the size of the block, that is the area where the oil potential is similar to the size of that in Guyana. And they're saying there's 11 billion barrel potential in Guyana. Jamaica got 7 that they know about already. Yeah, I'm gambling on Jamaica got some more barrels. Probably the same amount or a little bit less. Yeah.
Number of discoveries and the average resources per prospect. There are so many similarities between the two areas, and in terms of the development, we've talked about the FPSO hubs. We think discovery to first oil would also be around 4 years. The number of FPSOs, etc. Many, you can read them there yourselves, but there are many things that are very similar to a basin that, you know, was relatively unknown not so long ago, very frontier, and is now in the middle of essentially developing 33 prospects to reach over 1 million barrels of oil production per day. So that's the potential here in Jamaica.
All I hear them talking about is money. All I hear them talking about is the potential of the amount of oil that they could get, all the gases. That's all I'm hearing. I ain't heard nothing about safety. I ain't heard I ain't heard much about. If they talk about safety, that was like 1% of their presentation so far, and that's why I'm just listening because I'm just really want to hear, what they talking about. Bolo, we would have to talk on the phone about ish like that, research, what? Chernobyl, um, nuclear power plant incident, the effects of that. Bro, you ain't gotta warn me enough about a nuclear disaster type vibe. That's ground zero, first of all. That's it. Done. Over. Finado. Alright? You ain't gotta trust me, bro. You ain't gotta warn me enough. This is why I'm saying, like, what is the connection? What is the bigger plan in play here? What am I not seeing? A nuclear plant and you all got oil? Hey, and going back to the Maroons and the treaty, the treaty's a peace treaty. So anybody that was to break the treaty, it would mean violence, right? So those 200 plus soldiers and police they sent up to Quickstep, were they trying to have those people break the treaty? Man, I don't know.
They were trying to provoke the Maroons into what they were trying to do, and the Maroons didn't fall for it.
Say that again?
They were trying to provoke the Maroons into a war, and the Maroons didn't fall for it. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because that amount of force, 200 plus soldiers with only 75 people in that population. Y'all got high-powered weapons and all of that.
Yeah. Yep, they went in there anticipating a bloodbath, and it didn't happen.
And what I'm about to say is alleged on its highest level. I don't know this to be facts at all. This is what I heard from a YouTuber. Apparently, he has people behind the scenes in the JDF, and information is being leaked that they have a whole lot of body bags, boy. I'm talking about the unusual amount stored up. If that is true, you must be preparing for something.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But I digress. Let's move on.
But getting back to what sorry,
Go
move
ahead.
on to something else.
No, go ahead.
Getting back to what I think it was Timo TV was saying about Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
That mentioned Chernobyl. I was just actually thinking about that because I don't know if you know, but allegedly there are a record number of cancer diagnoses in Jamaica that the numbers have never been seen before. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah, apparently, Jamaicans are, popping up with cancer left, right, and center.
When did this start?
This started back in the early 2000s. I'm going to say maybe like 2007 or 10.
Okay.
And there were never any there were never any high number of cancer cases in Jamaica.
Yeah.
They're trying to destroy the island. They're trying to destroy the island. They're trying to destroy the natural resources. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to kill us off, allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's what they're trying to do. But again, at the end of the day, listen, we really need to galvanize.
Mm-hmm.
Because now all of this is coming out and they're talking about, all of this research that they've done or they're doing or blah. And potential. Those are just buzzwords to make people think, oh well, maybe maybe they haven't decided. They've already decided what they're going to do. As I said before in the chat, nobody can tell me that they haven't been drilling for oil.
Yeah.
Now maybe they're doing it at night. Maybe they're doing it on the slime. I don't know. Maybe they've got some type of mechanism that goes underneath the earth that can't be detected. I don't know what the heck is going on, but they just didn't come up with this idea yesterday.
Yeah.
This has been in the works for years. We're just finding out about it now because they're close to their destination. That they're close to the final, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So people in Jamaica really need to go Chinaman Square. I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers Chinaman Square, where that lone man stood in front of that tanker, and everywhere that tanker went, that man went. And what happened? That video went worldwide before viral was even a word.
Wow.
And a lot of things changed in China. Look up Chinaman Square.
I'm looking it up right now.
People have to come to the point where
is that YouTube? Chinaman Square YouTube?
It should be on YouTube. It should be on YouTube.
Is it Chinaman Square?
Chinaman. It's not Chinaman Square.
You said Chinaman Square. It's got to be Chinaman Square. Oh, it's Tiananmen Square Massacre, 1989. That's it.
Yes, we're that. It's a gentleman in a white.
Yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, wow. I'm looking at it right now. You got this line of tanks coming down. This one man in front of the tank.
Yep, that one man and that one video, and whatever the heck that they had planned in China, they didn't go through with it.
He said leave. He waving his bag and everything. Y'all see this? Can y'all see that? Oh, wait a minute. Y'all can't see it. Damn. My things be in the way. Hold on. Let me look at it. I should be able to see it now. Look at that. That man he walking, and look at this man blocking the goddamn tanker. That's wild. And he going closer to cut him off. That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. He went on the tanker now. Yo, this dude is different. What is he doing? They stopped though. Whatever he did, that shit worked. He on the top of the tanker now? Man, I was a young cat. I was a young baby at this point in life. Wow. Yo, that's wild. I should be sharing this with Miss Genesis. She the one that actually sent me to it, bro. Chinaman Square. I said Chinaman Square. What's wrong with me? Yo, look at that. One man army. This guy was Iron Man before Iron Man. What the hell going on? He said turn around. He telling him to turn around. Yo, whose man's is this? Wait a minute. Nah, this dude gotta be some king or something. This ain't no regular cat. Wait, he going in front of the tanker again? They thought he was playing. Oh, they thought he was playing around. He said, no passage here, sir. Soldier coming out the top saying, no, get out the goddamn way, man. Yo, that's crazy. That really happened. Shout out to Miss Genesis, man.
That's the lesson here, Jamaica. One man with the resolve that he had, I'm prepared to give up my life for what is right. I am prepared to give up my life so that my country knows what they're doing is wrong. We have to go Stephen Biko. We have to go Nelson Mandela. We've got to go Gandhi. We have got to go Queen Annie. I mean, as I said before in the comment section, the Jamaicans in the diaspora can only do so much. We can only do so much. Jamaicans there on the ground, living in Jamaica.
Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's a scene right there. Let me go back to that. Look at this. Look at that. Jesus. Everybody in the country is supposed to be here. This happened in Kenya recently. It's the Gen Z.
Yes. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to mention the Kenyans.
Great minds think alike.
They were prepared to lay down their life. They were prepared to do that. Listen, we can talk about, Vibes Cartel getting out of jail and this and all of that, and Ray Tate and him selling Kerchief and Kerchief is selling off and all of that. At the end of the day, what are we really fighting for? Right? And shout out to Vibes Cartel. No disrespect in regards to that, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
This is the potential of the drilling and the nuclear plants and whatnot. Lives are going to be lost. Lives are going to be lost. Do you love money more than you love Jamaica, Jamaicans?
See, this is where I think a lot of people is getting exposed this year, because what is happening is people's basic humanity is being challenged on every level. The leaders of countries and people on the internet and people that your neighbor in real life. Because that's what it boils down to, your humanity. That thing inside of you that speaks to you and is so strong that you're going to say, yeah, I can't do that. Or, yeah, I got to stand up. This is wrong. It's not because it's not happening to me means it's not happening and means it's right. No, I have to do something. I got to play my part. You know what I'm saying? So, man. Go ahead. This is amazing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Oh my God. What? Look at that. Now that's a scene right there. Goodness gracious. The whole entire highway. This look like the Million Man March with the Muslims. Sheesh. Yo, look at that. Look, these people look like ants. And that's powerful. That is powerful. Wow. I never knew about this, honestly. Y'all taught me something. Thank you, Timo, and thank you, Miss Genesis. Y'all both taught me something. And I'm sure somebody in the audience as well. Yeah. I never knew about this. Wow.
The man had so much faith. He had so much faith in his own resolve. He had so much faith in the belief that he was doing the greater good. Those tanks shifted, and he shifted with the tanks. And there was no way in God's green earth they were ever going to shoot him, because this was broadcast worldwide. How are they going to explain that? How are they going to explain that? At the end of the day, you have to know that this is bigger than who you are. It's bigger than who you are. Jamaica, man, listen, you can stop this. Jamaicans can stop this. Protest. Stand up. Group together. March. Do whatever it is you need to do to save your homeland. That's the most important thing that you have, that we have, is our homeland. what are we really going to do? I mean, look, we can do live streams, we can talk, we can do all of that stuff. We can give the information out, but at the end of the day, if people don't put
Broke off. I can't hear you.
the end of time.
You broke
We can be
off.
here to end the time, and we're here because we care. It's 1:13 in the morning.
Yeah, you just broke off like 10 seconds before you said
You know.
before you said 1:13 in the morning.
I was saying that we can do live streams, we can give out the information, we can do all of that. We can look at, historical facts of people standing up and what have you. But if people don't put boots on the ground, if people don't protest, if people don't stand up,
That's just the bottom line, man.
we're at war with so many things that are happening right now in Jamaica. And people need to understand they're going to pillage the country and leave the survivors with nothing. Yourself to stand up. This can stop. There's 2.8 million people there. There's a handful of government. There's a handful of people in government. Even if half of the 2.8 million say, you know what, enough is enough, there will be a change.
Yeah, the whole country would go on facts. Half of Jamaica, yeah, you don't even need that much amount of people, really. And it doesn't even have to be a violent situation.
Are you there?
Oh, I'm here. Are you not hearing me?
I didn't hear you for like maybe 15 seconds.
Yeah, there's something going on because I wasn't hearing you. You was chopping up. I don't know if the people was hearing you or if it's my internet, or it's your internet. But you was cutting in and out sometimes. Vital. So what we need to do is, in my opinion, is exercise that importance, remind them of that, and stand up. I mean, damn, if the workforce don't go to work, like the teachers, if all the teachers decided that they ain't gonna go to school, and they would have got, how much things would have changed. Like if they stood up with everybody else, like we all just stood together in one, like, yo, we demand this. We demand that an individual or individuals in the government that is being investigated step down immediately. All right? We need to know who is who. We can't have thieves running the country. That would have been done if we was really, really serious. But we just here and I got family members that make excuses for this man. It really bothers me. It truly does. And these people are people that have degrees. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know if Miss Genesis is hearing me. I don't know if y'all is hearing. Can y'all hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, because on my phone is buffering right now.
Yeah, there was a lot of buffering. There was a lot of buffering. I missed a lot of what you said.
Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe I'm running way too much on my computer at one time.
You always have so many windows open.
Yep, that's a fact. That is a fact. Yeah, I see. OBS is telling me that I'm doing too much. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. Turn that off. Somewhat good news, possibly. I was talking to a good friend of mine in these YouTube streets, content creator, and I was asking, because they're from Jamaica too, so I was asking them about this whole situation with monetization. So it might be that I have not done something yet, which is why I don't have super chats. That might be my fault. All right. There might be some verifications that need to be done. So keep y'all fingers crossed. And maybe that development might come up real soon, and all that will be cleared up.
Yeah, because I was wondering about that, bro. Because I know that I'm sub to multiple Jamaicans content Jamaican content creators, and in different regions of the country, and they have super chats and memberships and all of that too. So
Yeah. Yes, it's tripping. How much time I got on here? Let me see. Yeah, it's dropping. The frames is dropping bad. OBS is tripping. Sheesh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's tripping bad. Maybe I should go over to StreamYard. StreamYard? Yeah, I'm gonna go over to StreamYard. I'm going to start a live over by StreamYard. OBS is doing too much. The internet is slowing down. So I'm gonna go over there. Let me look at the timestamp of this video that I was covering. Timestamp 16 minutes. All right, and 46 seconds. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. Y'all